It's something different. It's that voice inside of me. No more feeling empty. No more rushing. No more pretending to be someone else. No more searching. I have one life. I can live an amazing life. I can be free. What if less is more? Less stress, less debt, less of arguments, less of proving your worth, and more of time, more happiness, more peace, more money. That's what minimalism can offer you. Discover how minimalism can grow your business and life. Go to minimalistentrepreneur.com. Each week, a minimalist entrepreneur with your host, Zurika, aims to connect you with real successful people who share their success strategies that you can use in your business. So, here's Zurika.
Hello everybody, this is Zurika from A Minimalist Entrepreneur, and I hope today is another beautiful day in your life, because who I have on board today is a beautiful lady who started from nothing, and she's pretty much been able to create a business that she loves, and at the same time has been working with some amazing people. Well, her name is Sharon, and I got to meet her through accident just by reading one of her blogs and then obviously contacting her. And I got to speak to her for the first time a few weeks ago, and it was the most amazing conversation because she's so friendly, and her story is one of those that you actually read on the internet and you think, wow, did that really happen? And, while getting to speak to Sharon, I realized that she has the knowledge, and at the same time, she's willing to share a lot of information. So who is Sharon? So Sharon has a website that is all about making money using social media. And her first break was when she went for a seminar in the UK that was held by Mark, I can't pronounce his last name, Nastasia, and Stephen Esser. And these guys are huge in the internet space. They are pretty much millionaires, and she got to actually do a gig with them. So with that, I would like to invite Sharon online. Hello, Sharon.
Hello, thank you for having me on your show.
Thank you so much for actually even accepting this offer. So let's get right into it. Can you let everyone know what you do for a living and how you got started?
Yes, of course. Well, as you know, my name's Sharon, and I'm so excited that we're having this opportunity to connect, because there's such an amazing power in connections. And you'll find that if you have a passion for something, like I do with social media, you'll be able to connect on many levels. So I call it the virtual handshake. So this is where I start. Now, I got into what I do by accident because I was facing some very tough challenges in my life. I not long had a child that was very unwell. It was my fourth baby, and has a incurable lifetime bowel disease. That meant that I couldn't go back to work, and I'd also filed for divorce, so I'd lost everything, no money. And at the same time, I was suffering from quite severe postnatal depression. So my only outlet was the internet, as it was Facebook. And I was very good, and I loved people, and I was amazed to be able to connect very well online. So I started to open fan pages and groups and just put content out there, and people were following me and talking and back, and I'd go to sleep and see to my child and come back, and I've got loads and loads of followers coming back, and I'm thinking, why are these people following me? What is it I'm doing? So when I went to the seminar that you said about Mark Anastasia and Stephen Esser, they were like, what do you do? They were running a competition. And I said, well, I don't really do anything. I just sit at home at the moment because I'm facing some, challenges. We all have challenges. And they said, well, what is it you do? And I said, well, I just sit on Facebook and I talk to people and post content. Little did I know that my content worked, and I was having, at the time, I had 27,000 followers, and they would say, okay, we will talk later. So they put me on stage, and I told the audience what I was doing, and they were just like going crazy. Now, Stephen Esser is the webinar guy. He's a fantastic entrepreneur, internet marketer that does webinars, and he had a system in place where he put what I was doing, which I'm going to share with you right now, into a model, and it allowed me to show the audience, which was about 400 people in the audience, to see how I was making money using social media. Because at this point, I had implemented so many techniques and found loopholes. And remember, I didn't have any money, and I was just playing around. So I was applying all the tabs and the apps and all the things that Facebook offer you that we don't know. It's not just about putting up pictures of baby that you went out with your friends on the weekends, and it was really following it to the T and being in line with the rules and the guidelines and making sure that there's nothing that you haven't missed out. So I created 2 pages. I did everything you could possibly not be allowed to do, and everything that you are allowed to do, because there are things on Facebook and social media that you must never do. Right. And there are things that you can do. So I did all the things that can get you banned and all the things that you can't do. So I showed this in the webinar, and I generated through the webinar in 52 minutes an income of it was about $16,000. Now this is on the internet, so you can go and check this out, and it's also on my website. And the audience was just like investing for me. That night, my life changed. And that was because I shared what I did. And when I said I shared what I did, I started to deal with startup people that didn't have a product. Now, when I say to you that I had no product, no website, no niche, no desire to do anything, okay, that means that I was stuck. I was in a limited space, and I came out of my comfort zone and I took action. It took me 3 years to go to one of Mark's seminars, and when I did, I haven't looked back since. And what I'm trying to say to you, people say, we need a website and we need to find a product. No, you do not, because there are resources out there that can make you make a passive income while you're asleep, and that was what was happening to me. Now, I can tell you how I did this, because I set up a Facebook page, which became my website, and where the businesses that invested in me saw how I was making their traffic grow. I mean, I guaranteed a service that I would allow them to have 27,000 fans in 30 days or less, because I was able to do that, all their money back. But that would also make them an authority in their niche, and they would be the go-to person, because people want to know, why should I go to you and not you if you're both in the same market? So I needed to make sure that your business and your brand was making a lot of noise and a lot of hype online without spamming, without being a nuisance, without selling, because social media is not a platform really for selling. It's a platform for building up relationships.
That's correct.
And a platform for allowing the follower or the fan to trust who's behind the brand. Now, why was I having all these people following me? Because they liked what I was putting out there, and they wanted to come out and hang out on my page. You only have 8 seconds to capture your audience. So if you're not making them think, they're going to unlike you and they're going to go to your competitor. So I set up a Facebook page, and I kept my vanity URL, which is my making money using social media, consistent across the whole board. So it was the same on Twitter, it was the same on LinkedIn, it was the same on Pinterest. So everywhere you went, you know that this was to do with Sharon. So I was the person behind the brand.
Right. Sharon, just a very quick question. Like now, say someone who's listening on the call, pretty much there's, and that includes me as well. I guess we have different businesses. We are not that savvy with social media, for example, and everyone's been talking about social media. Plus, we want to simplify our life and actually just be able to focus on our skill, for example. If for a situation like that, when you say that you help clients to be able to create those raving fans on Facebook, do you actually offer a service as well for people that they can contact you?
Yeah, I do social media management as well. So I run the social media management for very large organizations, as well as startup companies, as well as people that haven't even got a product and just need to get their name out there first.
Okay.
And that's what it's all about, because people need to know, who are you? I'm not anybody famous, but people needed to know that when they search me, because I don't want you to do business with me unless you can find me. And most of the time, when you want to do something or you want to invest in a product or a service, the first thing you're going to do is go to Google. And if they don't come up, you're going to be a bit reluctant and think, why aren't they on Google? Who are they? But if they do come up, you're going to think, well, yes, they're reputable. There's lots of reviews about them. There's lots of people talking about them. And that's what was happening to me. I take up the first 7, 8 pages of Google, and I wasn't selling anything. And that was on Google, Yahoo, Bing, and YouTube. And I did that in less than 30 days.
That's amazing.
And that was through, so you can, and that's just through my first name, not including my business name that takes up a lot more. And I come up on all the search engines, and that's just through what I'm producing and what I'm doing, because I'm making a lot of hype and online noise for people to say, let's see what this person's doing. And this is why I am the go-to person, and this is why I won Social Media Coach of the Year for the United Kingdom and became accredited and industry endorsed in what I do, because I do it in a very special way that allows me to use the techniques that have been provided for us by Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest, and use them effectively so that the business sees a return and sees a benefit. So it's very, very important that, you grow your business in a way that is in line with the rules and the guidelines. I'm very current with all of that. And
Awesome.
Also adhere to the following too.
Yeah, so let's now actually get into the meaty side of social media, because what I've requested Sharon to do is to spend like the next few minutes to actually cover a specific topic. And so she's actually decided to do a very important topic for our businesses, which is how do you really create money using social media instead of having to constantly spend money on social media. So that's an exciting topic, because all of us have been told that we have to use Facebook ads. We've got to use a lot of advertising to be able to create our name. So let's see the other reverse side of what Sharon has to say.
Okay. So remember, I started off with I didn't have any money to create any ads. I didn't have any money the day I went to the seminar. I didn't even have lunch money. And that's the truth. So I wasn't able to, and that, when I say I didn't have lunch money, that was a choice. And my family was supporting me, and I'm very, privileged in that way. But I wanted to have my own money, and that was important for me to take action. So I wanted to say that if you have a desire to do something, you're going to do it no matter how much pain you are in. Okay, so I found the ways. I set up my Facebook page, which takes about 2 minutes to do. Okay, and I did it through the way that the Facebook talks you through to do it. And I went to a page called a platform called ClickBank.
All right.
I don't know. Okay. And now on ClickBank, you can be in any niche, but if you're, say, for example, a personal development, weight loss and relationships, by the way, are the biggest niches. So, say, for example, you're a weight loss fitness instructor and thing. I went into social media and I found myself a product, and I became an affiliate for that product. So I found a product that I could sell. The product wasn't going to cost me anything to put it on my Facebook page. So I integrated that product on my page, okay? And I then thought, well, I have a product, but I need a genuine list that people are going to be interested in. Now, people are not just going to offer you less willy-nilly for you to be emailing them every day, because they'll eventually unsubscribe and get very irritated. So I, in return, had to give them something valuable for their email address. And what I did was I created a very special current ebook, and that was in return for the email address. And I created that, so that became my second tab on my page. So it was like an opt-in for them to download, so I can now promote my book, my product, to the people that have given me their ebooks. Okay.
Yeah.
The third way was I went on all the blogging platforms that you have. There's Go to Articles, there's eZine, there's loads and loads of platforms, and I started to write 300-400 words about my expertise and my passion. And I got my first client within 7 days of blogging, and I wasn't selling anything. I was talking about what I know. Now, there are people out there on social media, people are telling you what they want. If you listen and you look at the content, every day they are telling you what they want. If you go to Twitter, they are telling you what's trending, and they're telling you what they're looking for. So your clients are there. So I went and I started to blog. Not only did I become a platinum expert blogger, author, but it allowed me to become, again, more of an authority in that niche, because it showed my followers, who I don't even know, that I'm offering a service that if you want something done, I can do it, because I also have a Facebook training manager that's showing me how to keep up to date with all the rules and guidelines and things like that. So blogging was the first platform, and I can go to so much detail, and I was getting thousands and thousands of hits just in days, just through a piece of content that you know about obviously you've got to make sure it's original content and not something that's copied, because it won't get put up there. And then I integrated all my other social media platforms onto my Facebook page. And if you have a website, but I didn't, if you have a website, you'd also integrate that as well. So once you've got your followers on the page, they have no reason to go anywhere else, because they've got all the 12 tabs that they're allowed to have, and they can click on any one, and you're getting traffic from every different type of source that they can, that's going viral. So your list is building just rapidly and aggressively. And then you can promote as many products as you like to all these people as often as you like, because Facebook.
Yeah, but when someone likes a particular post, for example, do you feel that, I don't know, Facebook speaks about something called some gravity or something, where if you have not actually interacted with the page for a while, then obviously after some time they don't show you those posts? Is that something?
What happens is you have to be active on Facebook, on your Facebook page, and I've done this through my own testing.
Yeah.
You cannot, and you must not use software, because if you're going for a meeting or if you're going on a flight, you can schedule a couple of posts, okay?
Yeah, but what happens to the person who is interacting with the page? So your followers, say for example, if they're not really interacting with your page, will they still be able to see your news feeds?
They will see your news feeds, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to engage with you. Imagine it's the same concept as going into a store that you regularly go to. You go to your regular supermarket, for example, and you go in there and you're greeted in a way that you like to be greeted to. You go there because you're loyal, and then all of a sudden you're being treated in a very different manner. You're going to think, oh, I don't like this, I'm going to go somewhere else.
Right.
So why would you hang out on a page where nobody's talking to you?
Yeah.
It doesn't allow that. Facebook have now, just last week, introduced an app for celebrities only to interact with their fans every time that a follower or a Facebook user mentions their name. So Mariah Carey and I can't remember the third person, are using this app at the moment. And every time somebody mentions their name, they get an immediate reply, or a reply back from Whoopi or Mariah at that time, because it's showing building up relationships. And the statistics showed that the content that these famous celebrities are producing has increased, and so has their following.
Right. So now, just so that everyone is clear, basically what you're recommending is to be able to have a Facebook page first, which is like a business page. The second thing is, if you do not have a product, it's not about just hanging around trying to do a website and trying to create your business cards. Instead of that, it's about going to a service such as ClickBank, going and seeing which market or a niche that you're interested or that is trending on Facebook or Twitter, and pick a product that you can actually experiment with, and then make sure that you have created like a small report or something that allows people to, when they register or are interested in you, to be able to receive that report. And you can also create this as a tab within Facebook, and
That's correct.
And integrate all your different social medias to have the same kind of branding, so that people are consistent when they're going and researching about you. And then obviously to go to like the free article blogging sites such as eZine articles and hub pages and so forth, and pretty much write a few words or 1,000 words.
No, not too many. Maybe 600 max.
Okay.
And about what you know, and start interacting, and people will subscribe to you.
Okay.
And post it.
And post it onto these pages. But like
social media.
Yeah. And then is there anything else? How would they start actually, knowing that, okay, they've made their first $1, for example?
Because they'll start receiving messages in their inbox, and with ClickBank, the way it works, they will send you a check, because it's a sign up process, Okay, you get your first check, but when you find a product that's not too expensive, so you experiment with, I don't know, a $17 product, $17, $27, something like that, and then you target your market, and there are groups on Facebook with 30, 40, 60,000 people, and you promote your product in that group, and that's it. It's just one post, and everybody will see that product, because that's the way the news feeds have allowed it to be promoted now. So It's so powerful. And if you just like the correct groups and the appropriate groups and know what to post online and stay out of all the gossip and the politics and the adult industry and all that kind of stuff, you will do well. So, it will not damage your brand, it won't harm your reputation, and people will see your content. And social media allows you to get ranked. So from when you start doing that, you go to Google and you start typing in your name, it will say, wow, this person's doing stuff. And then look at your competitors and what they're doing and copy the role. You're not doing anything illegal.
Yeah.
If you're on the first page of Google, but you're number 2, see what the number 1's doing on the first page.
And I guess what I would like to do is, Sharon can keep talking on this topic, but we have to take action. We have to do something that is going to enable us to create a living and a lifestyle that is, going to benefit us, rather than focusing on all the bells and whistles and not actually getting anywhere. And she's pretty much given us a laser focused, small, basic plan. Obviously, that's all that she could do.
It's very micro.
Yeah.
I mean, I deal with an organization at the moment, and this week we reached 2.9 million people interacting with the page just this week. And that's me one. I don't outsource my work, because I believe that if a client invests in me, that's my obligation to make sure that I'm making sure that page is running up to scratch. You have to engage with every single follower, because if I don't, I think it's disrespecting them. I acknowledge them by liking what they say. Liking a post doesn't mean you agree with it, it just means you're acknowledging what they're saying. And put your comment now and again, and keeping the comment fresh, and not too often. Twice a day, and you have to know what time to post, when to post, and how often, the amount of words. You don't want to go onto somebody's page and they've got an essay there. You're going to switch off. You want it to be relevant and exciting.
So if someone actually likes your post, you actually go and comment, even though they've just liked it?
Every single one. Yes.
Oh, really? Okay. That's a good tip for all of us who are actually having a Facebook page, and we just go and check if they have liked the post and not do anything after that. It's like this is something where you can keep the post fresh.
Yeah.
But what I would love to do is, Sharon, in just about a minute, if you can actually explain what are the different kind of services that people can actually avail of. So do you have like training that you train people how to create, like how to do their Facebook marketing in case they cannot afford your services, for example? Do you actually do social media for another person, like another company or a solopreneur?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah.
Okay. And what would be the best approach for someone to get more information? Obviously, you can always go to Sharon's website, which is makingmoneyusingsocialmedia.com. And I think the best way is to be able to go and actually see her Facebook page, which is Making Money Using Social Media, which is straight onto her website. That will give you an idea of the amount of fans she has or followers she has on her own Facebook page, and pretty much, allow you to say, all right, how do I go about contacting Sharon? Just drop her an email. She's a very, very friendly person. And why not create the life that you want? It's about having laser focused steps. So Sharon, I want to thank you so much for those few little tips that you've provided, because I'm sure, people will actually contact you, and whoever is the right person is going to take that step. Do you have any final advice that you would like to share before we close the call?
Yes, I'd just like to say that please come email me at Sharon at makingmoneyusingsocialmedia.com. I've got I've got 2 brand new ebooks that I would like to give everybody for free, complimentary. It's about Google, the benefits of Google, and the other one is 6 steps of being active on social media and how to be the best at what you're doing. Also, the services that I do offer is encouraging, I do one-to-one Skype coaching, I do social media management, and really the testimonials on my website speak for themselves. I also ask you to Google me, look up my business name, Making Money Using Social Media, and that really will speak for itself. I don't really promote or advertise myself, so it's for you to find out if I'm the right person for your business. And I think by what you see, it will tell you if I can do what I can do for you, if I can help your business grow and make you the authority and allow your followers to trust your brand without harming it and making it substantially beneficial and active on social media, because that is the way forward.
Right. And I want to thank you, Sharon, for your time, and for everyone on the call. Please do go to makingmoneyusingsocialmedia.com. And I want to thank you for encouraging me, for always sending me emails that are laser focused of what you are looking for in your own business. If you did like this audio and you feel someone like one of your friends or your family members or even anyone from your network is going to benefit by using social media the right way, please do share this on your networks or your email, because you know that you're going to actually impact someone else's life. So with that, thanks a lot, Sharon, once again.
Thank you. Take care. Thank you very much. Very humbled.
And yeah, so it's Sharon and Zurika signing out.
If you want to live an amazing life and grow a business that serves you, then visit minimalistentrepreneur.com and sign up for laser-focused strategies discussed by well-renowned entrepreneurs. Be free. Own your life. You deserve it.